purpose of this brief video is to help you navigate through the site most efficiently during your trial subscription. To search for reviews, click on the white bar and select a grade and subject of the reviews you'd like to access. For purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to select 4th grade math. You can narrow your search results by adding any of the additional search filters, including the special populations filter, which shows which materials have the requisite adaptions for each of those special student populations. We've reviewed 32 materials that are aligned to the Common Core or California Common Core standards. At first, you'll see a compressed presentation of each review. It shows the format it comes in, the type of material it is, and other important information, including which student groups it has the requisite adaptions for, and whether it's publisher-produced or an open educational resource, because Learning List reviews both. When you have as many search results as this, you may want to resort your search results by any of these criteria. For example, if I select highest alignment percentage, I see those materials that are 100% aligned first, and the materials therefore thereafter presented in descending order of alignment. You can expand any single review, or you can expand all of the reviews. This makes it easy to comparison shop for materials, because we'll give you both the manufacturer suggested retail price and the alignment percentage as a good starting point. If you'd like to learn more about the product, the first level of review is the spec sheet. It is a 30,000-foot view of the key academic attributes and key technology requirements. We'll tell you the alignment percentage after we have reviewed the alignment. We'll tell you about which attributes of rigor the material has and doesn't, about the assessments, about the adaptions it includes and doesn't, the navigation tools, and the instructional supports for your students and your teachers. On the technology side, if the material comes in web-based format, in other words, it's online, we'll tell you how else the core instructional content may be available to your students who don't have internet access at home. For example, is the material downloadable? Is it accessible offline? And we don't just mean the supplemental activities, but rather look to see whether the core instruction is available in those two different delivery mechanisms. We'll tell you which devices it works on and which it doesn't, which browsers and operating systems it works on and doesn't. We'll tell you whether it works with a single sign-on and other interoperability criteria, and then how easy it is to get your students and teachers into the program, change any information if people leave the district, and how easy it is to exit the program. We also link you to the publisher's tech specs. If you'd like to learn more about a product, you simply click on See Full Reviews under the product's image. That takes you to the product details page, where you can access the full editorial review and alignment report. The editorial review is a deep dive into the instructional content and design. We ask the publisher to give us the names of 7 customers who are currently using the material. We survey and, if possible, interview them. We also ask our reviewers at every grade level who are doing the alignment review to answer detailed questions about the instructional content and design. So this review aggregates feedback from multiple educators who have spent quite a number of hours or are currently using the material with their students. We'll tell you the relative strength of this product as compared to others in its class, some good to know information before you buy, and then we'll assess the instructional content and design. We'll tell you such things as how it's organized, which instructional model it's based on, how it builds on prior learning, whether it scaffolds or spirals instruction, how it builds on critical or higher order thinking skills, what kind of adaptions it contains for different student groups, what kind of resources are available to help your teachers teach the course and your students learn from the material. If it's a mathematical product, we'll tell you how the practice standards are integrated into the content. We'll tell you about the ease of use of the material and where you may need professional development. We'll tell you about the monitoring tools that are provided if it's an online material. For example, usage reports and progress reports, and how the data is aggregated and disaggregated. We'll tell you about the assessments included, and if the publisher provides it, we'll give you a list of reference districts, and will give you the publisher's answers to the 12 questions we found most commonly asked in school district RFPs across the country. The second question in this questionnaire is, what's the research base supporting this product's effectiveness? We provide that so that you don't have to call every publisher and ask the same questions. That research-based question also supports your use of title funds if you decide you want to buy the material. If you'd like to learn about the alignment of the material to state standards, our alignment report takes the publisher's correlation, and we have multiple subject matter experts select at least 3 and up to 8 of the citations listed in the publisher's correlation and check those for alignment to the content, context, and cognitive demand of each standard. Only if all 3 aspects, all the rigor and the knowledge required by the standard, is addressed in a citation do we consider it an aligned citation. If any part of that standard is not addressed in a citation, we'll consider that to be a non-aligned citation and provide a reviewer's comment explaining which part of that standard the non-aligned citation or citations fails to address. That way, your teachers know that they can either only use the aligned citations, those citations that we have verified, to fully address all the knowledge and skills the standard requires, or if they want to use an unaligned citations, they certainly can, but they know how to adjust their instruction to make up for the material's deficit. Each alignment report is downloadable so that teachers can cut and paste from the alignment report those citations that we have verified to be fully aligned to each standard into the district's curriculum, into their lesson plans, into intervention plans for particular students, even into IEP plans. Okay, going back to one point of information here. This product was aligned to 100% of the standards, meaning we found at least one location in the product that was aligned to every single standard. That does not, however, mean that we didn't find citations in the material that were not aligned. It means that your teachers still need to go to the alignment report as sort of a GPS, an alignment GPS through the product to make sure that they're assigning those citations that fully teach each standard and know where the holes in the material are, even though the material is 100% aligned. Notice for math products, we also provide a review of the material's alignment to the mathematical practices. We look for 5 exemplary citations where each practice is addressed in the material. Now, going back to the search results that we had initially, if you would like to, from here, you can access other products, of course, or you can compare multiple materials in 2 different ways. I want to access quickly a material that is not aligned to 100% of the standards. We had resorted in alignment order, so I'm going to scroll down towards the end of the material listed. All right, so this one is towards the middle. We're still loading. This material is aligned to 96% of the standards. We have a tool called the Fill in the Gap tool that suggests other materials that we have reviewed, both OERs, free materials, or publisher produced, that will fill in the gap for the material you're looking at to make it easy to find complementary materials and get you to 100% of the standards. From either Fill in the Gap or from your search results, you can quickly compare materials up to 3 at a time. This is useful both when selecting materials, but also as long as we have reviewed the materials your district is using. This helps you audit what you have and identify gaps. And then our tools on the side help you fill those gaps. So I'm just quickly selecting 3 materials for 4th grade math. I can compare their alignment, or I can compare product information. Comparing their alignment is a standard by standard comparison. Here, you see only one standard was not addressed in Engage New York. If you wanted to, you could go straight into the alignment report and see why that material didn't address that standard. In some cases, it may be because the material didn't attempt to address it. In others, as in this one, they attempted, but they were not aligned. From the alignment comparison here, you can also go to that next kind of comparison, compare product information. And here we have the 3 products that we had selected for comparison. And you can see that a description of the product, the price of each product. This is an editable document. It's designed to make it easy for to facilitate as a selection committee or to take information to your school board once you've decided which materials you want to buy. The price is editable in case you negotiate a better price with the manufacturer or the publisher, but we provide the manufacturer suggested retail price as a benchmark to help you begin those negotiations. We'll tell you the strengths of each of the products compared and the good to knows from the editorial reviews. We'll tell you the alignment percentage. You can actually compare the alignment right here. We'll link you to the editorial review for the material, which you can open and close. We'll tell you who is using, which districts are using each of the materials. If there is a category that you don't want to include in your comparison, you can simply hide it. We also give you access to the publisher's questionnaire if the publishers have provided. At the end of the comparison document, you can add your own comments and save it in the document. You can also add additional criteria and save it. And then comment about how each of the products compared stacks up to your local criteria. When you're finished editing the document, you can save it as a PDF, print it, or download it as an Excel document, and then actually compare 3 other materials and add it to your Excel comparison. We hope that this makes it easy for you to compare and find the materials with the features and functionality you need, and take that information to the board or document it for compliance with LCAP and other state laws. Well, that's pretty much how to use the site. You can use the alignment comparison and alignment reports to help you audit your current materials and identify gaps. The comparison of product information to help you quickly comparison shop for materials that will fill your gaps. You can use the alignment reports to develop targeted intervention, to assess connections between your students' test results and the alignment of your materials. Also even to evaluate your special programs. We have training available on our site for each of those topics, both PDF step-by-step guides, everything's about 5 steps, and little short video clips to show you how to accomplish each task. But as part of our service, we also provide unlimited webinar support. You can schedule that out, or it could be on demand, and we'll do a customized webinar whenever you'd like. I hope this helps make your time in our site as productive as possible, that you're able to access the information we provide and analyze whether it will meet your district's needs. We look forward to your feedback. Thank you so much for taking the time.